Okay, so our first stage of our Space Invader game has our spaceship moving from side to side. So we need to make it that it doesn't fall off the screen. So we need to bring in a graphic. So we're going to go Import, Graphics. It's going to come from our files because it's saved in our Google files. And we need to bring in the file that we're going to use, which is going to be the edge. And that's going to be added. So we're going to add this in and it's going to go on the side. Now when we bring this object in, we need to change its wrap. So for the left hand side, you need to make it that it doesn't go past the edge. And then we tap to confirm the size change. We can make a copy of that object. And then we're going to put it on the other side. Now the reason why it needs to be quite large is our moving of the spaceship will actually move past the object if it's not wide enough. So that should be wide enough that it's not going to have it collide or go past the edge. Our spaceship, looking at our behaviors, it needs to be making sure that it does have physics applied to it. Okay, and our objects that we have here are wars. So now from step 1 of just bringing those objects in, and when we play our game, our ship does not go over the sides. Okay, very good. So now we want to add the ability to shoot. So we go to the behaviors of our object, we need to create some shooting. Okay, so to do that, we're going to use a started touching. So this is in the interactions object, and then we're going to get to shoot. So to shoot, you need to bring in the bullet, and you're going to have to set some settings for the bullet. So the bullet can be found on the Google Classroom, and we're going to change some settings. So if you scroll down and go change manually, so our angle is 360 degrees, or it could be set at 0. And rotation of the bullet needs to be at 90. And that's our settings for the bullet. So it's going to shoot whenever we touch the right hand button. Okay. Next step is that we go, we need a Space Invader. We need something to shoot. Okay, so we're going to bring in another graphic. So bring in another graphic, and we're going to have this one, which is Space Enemy. And then let's look at how we configure our spaceship to be able to fly. So firstly, it's rotated around the wrong way. So if we go to our transform options, we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. So change the degrees to 180. Now we need that to fly. Okay, so if we go to behaviors, and we need it to transform, so it's going to be a move by. And we're going to get it to move 30 units, so it's going to be negative 30 units, and that's going to take 4 seconds to do that. And if we then go back, we'll see that our spaceship flies down the screen. So we need a few more settings for our spaceship. Our spaceship needs to be able to be shot. Okay, so to do that, we need it to be hit. So under object, we have hit by bullet. So when it gets hit by bullet, we want it to destroy, but not only do we want it to destroy, we want it to explode. So to make it explode, we have under FX, and we have start particles, connect, and then we can set the particles. So we're going to go and create an effect. Particles. We're going to choose an explosion. You can change settings here. I'm going to save that. I call that explosion 2 in case I've got one already, because I've already got one created. So there's explosion 2. I can select that. Go back and then select explosion 2, and that will assign it into that. So no, nothing's assigned. So make sure explosion 2 or whatever you're choosing there has got that in there. Once it's done that, we're going to get it to destroy. So under object, so it collided with the bullet, and then we're going to get it to destroy. And I'm going to link that directly after the bullet. I also want to destroy object once it's got to the end. So here, when it's finished doing the move, it'll actually destroy itself as well. So it's moved off the screen and then it's destroyed. It's not hanging around. That might, I don't know, for some reason collide with something. So let's test whether we can shoot now. And our ship explodes. So our next step will be to get it so that we can have multiple ships coming down. So we'll look at that on our next video.